This is the 450 post-race press conference from the Seattle Supercross 2022 season. Congratulations, Eli Tomac, Jason Anderson, Marvin Muscan. Eli, this one's for you. Obviously, each week there's these milestones, these records. You're having to hear about it. Daytona was obviously the big one, but it seems like every week with tying Chad's record or tying your own record or passing Dungy in the all-time points list. Does that stuff get to you at all? I mean, we have to talk about it, and obviously it's our focus on as you move along, but does that stuff get to you at all in a positive and a negative? Do you think about it outside of just our questioning?
No, not the single race stuff, not like the Daytona or the all-time list, but my main focus is always championship. That's all it's been this year, so yeah, like I said, that's been it.
You got a big lead in the championship, so there's a lot of talk about management and how you approach it. Doesn't seem like you're buying into that at all. Is that true? Is it just individual nights still looking for wins?
Yeah, still looking for wins, and it's before tonight. What was there, 6 left or whatever we're at, 6 or 7? So there's just too many to pump the brakes at, and a lot of times when you do that, other things happen and you get out of rhythm. So just trying to keep what we got going.
And then final one for you, this is how you'd like to do it, right? Get the start, get out front, and kind of put together a perfect race like that. Are these ones, they're obviously rare. They don't always happen that way. Are these ones extra special, though, when you could do it like that?
Yeah, it was off to an awesome start. These shelves off the starts are a little bit funky, but the last time we had them, I was actually terrible with it, and this time I was really good with it, going off the shelf there, and then we would click into that third gear. So got the whole shot, and then put the big sprint on early. The track was really nice early on, and then of course it turned into a beast. And that was it. There was like 2 different tracks tonight, I thought, between the first half and the last half.
Looked bad. I walked it after, and it definitely changed. Congratulations. Jason Wygant, we'll start with you.
Yeah, Jason Bracefax. I'll go to you, Marv. The whoops looked really bad for you the first couple laps, and then you actually made it come back your way. So how did your race transpire? Because it actually looked like you were a lot better after a few laps. You figured something out.
Well, yeah, I kind of figured out something. Kind of. Yeah, I knew I was losing some time, and man, it's hard to change or try something else. I mean, even though it doesn't work, you're like, man, the blistering was not good, and ended up jumping. DV wanted me probably to do a better jumping, but I salvaged what I could. It was not pretty. To be honest, every lap I was going through the whoops, I felt I didn't feel good. I was like, man, I'm from outside. It might not look good, but anyway, like I said, I tried my best, and maybe I should have move over a little bit, go to the left or whatever, but. At some point I kind of figured out something and I stick to it. I knew Malcolm. Yeah, Malcolm's usually pretty good in the whoops, and he was behind me, so it was a tough one.
David Iser.
Thanks, Daniel. Jason, this one's for you. We haven't talked to you in a few weeks, so I apologize for going back a little bit. But there was a lot of social media buzz and concerned fans about your crash in Detroit and how quickly you either cleared yourself or were cleared by the medical staff to get to race Indy. Could you shed some light on that process and how you were cleared and possibly you looked a little bit out of it in Detroit, and just explain to everybody how you raced Indy?
I healed in a week and I was good to go, and that's really all it was.
Was there a concussion protocol that you went through? Were you concussed? Were you diagnosed with a concussion?
Hit my shoulder a little bit.
Okay, so that's all right. All right, thank you for the answer.
Billy Rainford.
Hi, this is just one for Eli. I'm sure he's kind of sick of talking about this, but everybody to speak to is like, if Eli races again next year, if he decides to come back, you're a 1 year with Star Racing, a 1 year option. Let's say you win 3 more. You're 1 behind Ricky, 3 behind James. How much does that play into your decision to come back for another year, or does it even?
No, it doesn't. It'll be whether or not, like, if I still want to keep doing it. And I've told myself as long as I enjoy it and I have the chance at winning, I'll keep going. So, like I said, that's all I tell myself. And that's not going to matter whether I'm 1 away from RC or X amount from James.
All right, thanks.
I'll follow up on that, Eli. Is there any kind of timeline on that decision? If you don't mind me asking.
I have no idea right now. That just it'll just come later on, and I don't know when that is.
Okay. Kellen Brower.
Yeah, thanks, Kellen Brower with Racetracks. Eli, this is your 5th win in a row and basically one of the best sequences of races in your Supercross career to this point. I wanted to ask you, though, thinking back to 2017 when you were on a tear that year and seemingly winning races at will, where would you rate your comfort level on the bike now, thinking back to where you were back then?
Well, when you can string them together like this, I would say it's just a similar feeling. Things just go your way, and everything feels right. You feel good on the bike and the motorcycle, and that's the way it's been. Been able to execute good starts and get to the front of the pack that way. So when you can do that many in a row, it's just a good feeling.
Adam Wheeler.
Yeah, hi guys. Just a general question for anybody who wants to answer. Is there anything that's different about the Seattle Supercross compared to other rounds? I mean, is it the dirt, stadium, atmosphere, location? Is there anything that's kind of makes it a bit special?
I'll go first, but if I'm being honest, it's kind of very East Coasty, just with the ruts and everything like that. It's kind of like I feel like a collab between Detroit and Indy, with the soft ruts, and then you kind of have the rocks and stuff inside the dirt. But it's tricky. I think the last, 3 rounds have been, 4 rounds have been really, really tricky as far when the main comes around. So, yeah, and Seattle was nothing short of that.
I got a question for all 3 of you. I'm just looking at the clock, and we've been on the East Coast time for the last 3 races, and now we're on the West. Does that feel different to you guys? Just that kind of a quick change where we're going and starting main events 3 hours different than what we're used to over the last few weeks? Is there any kind of feeling that you guys have throughout the day that feels different, energy-wise, just awareness-wise? Jason, I'll start with you.
To be honest, once you're in the flow of the night show, I think your adrenaline's so high and stuff like that the night show's the night show. It can I swear it could be like 1 a.m. and you could still be, that's just the program. Your body just clicks into this mode and you're just ready for whatever it has to throw at you.
Yeah, I feel like we travel so much, your body has no idea what's going on, and then race day you're just amped, ready to go.
Marv?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Like Jason said, you just in the moment, and whatever time it is, you just look at the schedule and you get ready when it's time to go for opening ceremony and then for the main. I think we have our routine. For myself, I've been staying in California, so obviously there was more traveling, going to the East Coast, and that's the first year I'm doing that in a very long time. And but at the same time, during the week I have a different program, so it didn't really affect me. So, but yeah, I actually definitely looking forward to go to stay on the West Coast this weekend with less traveling. That was nice.
Jason Wygant.
Yeah, this is for Jason Anderson. Look, there's been all these incidents of dudes knocking each other down. You seem to find yourself, maybe not even on purpose, involved with that a lot. And we always think, the riders are keeping score. Are you just having these things happen? And is there not nearly as much intent as to what we see going on the track as it seems when it's the same guys involved over and over and over?
Yeah, it's tough to swallow because I feel like I've gone 3 weekends in a row where I've put myself in a good position off the start, and I really feel like I've been doing my job correct, and I've been kind of on the other end of it. I mean, Detroit, it was on me. I pushed the front end. Eli got by me, and I tried to pick up my pace, and I was staying with him, and it just caught me off guard. And that's just the level, when someone raises the level, you're trying to push it. And as for the other incidents, it's just, it's just a tough pill to swallow. So tonight, if I'm being honest, in that main event, I need some momentum at this point. After those past 3 weeks, getting on the podium was nice, and I just want to keep going from here.
Kellen Brower.
Yeah, thanks, Kellen Brower with Racetracks. Sticking with Jason on this one, you were the first on scene when Justin went down and you kind of tripled onto that table and had to grab the brakes pretty hard. What went through your mind in that second and a half in the air, and how close of a call was that for you?
Yeah, to be honest, I was really like, where it happened, I was like, dude, that had to have been a big crash if he was doing the line that we were doing. And second, I was trying not to hit him. And hopefully he was okay, and I jumped on there and was like maneuvered my way through there. And and then I saw the replay and it was kind of a big one, but that's the track tonight. I feel like out of nowhere it could have caught you at any second. So it's like we move around the track so much because they prep it a little bit before our main event, and we search for the prep spot, and the prep spot gets worse. So we move back to it's like you move to the least crappy line, and it's crazy.
David Iser.
Thanks, Daniel. Eli, this one's for you. I know that you pretty much squashed the management question tonight, pushing the way you did. You were still quadding that corner, that bit Barsha tonight. When you have a 15-second lead, 10 to 15-second lead, I know that pushing it and being in that zone is important to you, but quadding out of that corner, I mean, did you have to do that? Is that something you want to do just to stay in your rhythm?
Yeah, I was trying to do as much as I could. There was times where I missed it though, and that was the benefit to having a gap. I was able to just kind of bail to a double line or the on off, and then I did the quad a handful of times the last half, and I was more was thankful to have that gap for the whoops. The whoops were gnarly. I was getting them good in the first half again, and then second half they were just the normal cupped out crazy whoop. So that line was cool. We haven't had like a big line out of a turn like that in a while.
Okay. And quickly too, Marv, you love Seattle. Seattle loves you. What's it about this city that has done you and your career so well?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a podium, so it's good for me right now. But yeah, Seattle, I won twice here. I think that was the craziest conditions I've raced. It was in 2017. I mean, the track was so soft and so rutted. It was crazy. And then in 2019, I won again. So, it's good. I mean, Indy has been good to me as well. And conditions today was similar to Indy, I would say. The way the ruts are and those G outs on the rhythm section, it was sketchy. I had a few moments on the big quad. It was nice to go over the quad and then 3-3, but the second 3 was into the corner. Like the pocket was pretty bad. So it was just in Seattle was good to me, and I'm glad I went back-to-back, good races in Indy and Seattle.
Were you one of only 2 that were praying for rain today?
Me? No, I mean, no. Not at all. No, I mean, even though DV in the track was like, no, I mean, it'll be nice if it rains. I mean, we good Europeans in the rain. Like, in the mud or whatever, I'm like, yeah, but no, no. Let it be dry and then have a good main event. I mean, I didn't want to go out there and just, if it start raining really, really bad and you start rolling everything, this is not fun. And we had those conditions one year. I think it was 2018. Still got third, but it was no good.
Thank you.
Last question for all three of you. Jason, we talked on the podium. 12 weeks you guys have been on this thing. Obviously, the work won't stop, but will you have a chance next weekend to do anything on the personal side, take a breather, or do you work straight through the weekend? Jason, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to get ahead. Any opportunity we have to get ahead, we try. So this week we'll be back, trying to get ready for the next series. We'll be back trying to, ride the road bike and make sure that and go to the gym and stuff like that. And then obviously on the off weekend, it's nice to have some personal time. And I haven't found out what I'm going to do yet, but stay far away from a dirt bike track, I tell you that much. But even with an off weekend, I don't even know if it would bother us too much to just keep going and try and get it, get the season over with, because I feel like we're in the flow and stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm cool with whatever. Weekend off's nice, but keeping going too wouldn't be that bad at all.
Eli.
It's a weekend off. So I guess it's nice at this point. Travel just is what it is. So yeah, I'm not doing anything special. Just maybe not traveling.
So that's a win
Yeah,
itself.
that's a win.
Marv.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling like you kind of want to enjoy a weekend off, but at the same time, you don't really want to, get in the plane or whatever, because we've been traveling so much. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it'll be nice to go somewhere and be off. But I've always said that it's good when you just keep on going, because you have your routine during the week, and then you travel at the same time, going to the race and back. So you get used to it. I know that it's hard on the body, but it's our job. So I really like every single weekend going racing. But yeah, it is 17 rounds, so it's a lot. But it is what it is. We have a weekend off, and we'll do our best to keep, to stay sharp and come back and be on the podium again.
But no airplanes for you three next weekend.
Nope.
Probably not.
All right. Well deserved. Congratulations. We'll see you guys in St. Louis.